Mitzi, Dad and Fudge. The sports store had only one baseball glove small enough to fit him, but he didn't mind. Now I have my own Mitzi, he told the clerk. Yes, the clerk said, I guess you do. And if you put a few drops of oil on it every day, you make it nice and soft. A few drops of oil, Fudge repeated as we left the store. He was wearing his glove and kept punching his fist into it the way Mitzi had with hers. When Dad told us he had to stop off at Sawyer's Market, Fudge asked if he could go to the library. Sure, Dad said. The library is next door to Sawyer's. From the outside, it looked like a little house. There are pots of flowers on the steps and even a screen door. But inside, it's like a regular library. I left Fudge in the children's room and headed for the sports section. There were a lot of books about baseball. I was browsing through one that looked interesting when Fudge tugged at my shirt. I can't find it. Find what? The book I want. I figured he was looking for something like your favorite Brontosaurus or the last Tyrannosaurus Rex. So I said, go ask the librarian. You come too. I'm busy. Please, Pete, this is important. Oh, all right. I walked him to the checkout desk. The regular librarian wasn't there. Instead, there was a girl, maybe 16 or 17. She wore a pin on her shirt that said library assistant. She was reading a book. It must have been really good because she didn't even notice we were standing in front of her until Fudge spoke. Do you have Tell Me a Fudge? He asked. I almost fell through the floor. Pardon? The girl said, looking up at us. Her eyes were a deep dark brown, like the best chocolate. Tell Me a Fudge. That's the book I want. It doesn't sound familiar, she said. It could be called Tell Me a Farley, Fudge said. I coughed twice, but she didn't even glance my way. Did you look it up in the card catalog? She asked Fudge. No. Well, let's give it a try. Our computer is down today. She marked her place in the book where she was reading. When she closed it, I tried to read the title upside down. I think it was called Beginner's Love, but I'm not sure. Fudge followed her to the card catalog, and I followed Fudge. What's your name? He asked. Isabel, she said, but my friends call me Izzy. Izzy? I like that. What's yours? She asked him. Farley, but my friends call me Fudge. Oh, Isabel said. What an interesting name. She thumbed through the cards in the tea drawer. We have Tell Me a Mitzi and Tell Me a Trudy, but I don't see Tell Me a Fudge or Tell Me a Farley. It has to be there, Fudge said. Isabel went through the cards again. No, I'm sorry. Fudge scrunched up his face and his breath came fast. Oh no, I thought. He would. Not here, not now. But I was wrong. It's not fair, he cried, throwing himself on the floor. Then he kicked and banged his fists and he screamed, It's not fair! Isabel, look at me. I want it to disappear. Lucky for us, there were only a few other people in the library. One woman came over to see what was happening, but she wasn't impressed. She shook her head and then went back to the stacks where she had been browsing. A man stuck his head out of a reading room and called, Quiet, please, this is a library. But Fudge kept on kicking and screaming and banging his fist. Stop, I hissed. You're making a scene. I can't help it. You're too old for this. I'm not too old. I'm only 5. I would have walked out and left him there, except for Isabel. She kneeled beside him. Fudge, she said very softly. Fudge looked at her. His face was blotchy red and his nose was ruddy. Who knows more about a Fudge or a Farley than you? Nobody. Exactly, she said. So maybe you should write this book yourself. I can't write. My fingers hurt from just printing my name. Maybe you can tell the stories to someone else, like your brother, and he'll write them down for you. Isabel smiled at me as if we were sharing some secret. I think I smiled back, but I'm not sure. I felt like I was in a dream and everything was happening in slow motion. Fudge sat up. I'll think about it, he said. Isabel handed him a tissue from her pocket. but he doesn't know how to blow his nose, so he just wiped the whole mess across his face. Then he stood, took Isabel's hand, and walked back to the checkout desk with her. "That's a nice-looking baseball glove," she told him. "I call it my Mitzi, and I'm going to oil it every day to keep it nice and soft." I wonder if Isabel oiled her skin. I wonder if it felt as soft as it looked. My mind drifted off. I pictured myself on a desert island with Isabel. "It doesn't matter that I'm years older than you, Peter," she was saying, "because you're so mature for your age." Fudge tugged me at my hand. "Pete?" "What?" "I'll go tell Dad we're done, okay?" I nodded. As soon as Fudge was gone, Isabel said, "Did you want to check that out?" When I didn't answer, she reached for the book I was holding. "Do you have your card?" She asked. "My card?" "Yes, your library card." "No, I guess I forgot it." "That's okay. I can hold the book for you until next Saturday." "Next Saturday," I said. I don't know how I got out of there. My legs were shaking so bad. I was feeling kind of weak all over and dizzy too. Fudge came out of Sawyer's Market just as I came out of the library. "Dad says he's next online. He'll meet us back in the car." "What's wrong, Pete?" "Nothing. Why?" "You look weird. Are you going to puke?" "No, I'm just a little dizzy." "Put your head down. That's what Mom always tells me when I'm dizzy." "I'm not that kind of dizzy," I said. "Oh, it's more like I'm floating." I started to sing, "Who can explain it? Who can tell you why?"